expression of any greatness.
It's your host, Jordan McCook, coming to you guys live for another segment of the McCook Co radio show. If you don't know, now you know.
I remember them nights we used to struggle, couldn't stay out of trouble. Picking up from the
What's
wise,
going on,
now it's
everybody?
time
This
to
is
take
Jordan
up.
McCook with the McCook Co radio show, coming to you guys with Pastor Bishop William Murphy. We have a couple questions after the Power for Purpose conference where he preached a dynamic word. And so we, with the McCook Co radio show, we like to keep it real. We want to know a little bit of where you're coming from. We just got two questions for you real quick. Marissa's going to ask our first one.
Keep it real, Marissa. Come on.
I will keep it real. Bishop Murphy, we're just wondering, what is the formula for you being powerful at what you do?
Nothing deep about it. I stay submitted to somebody who is powerful.
Amen.
And the anointing flows from the head. Of course, there's a process of prayer and preparation, but the secret to my success is I'm submitted to a father. Bishop Paul Morton is my pastor, and my father, of course, my biological father, Bishop William Murphy Jr., Bishop William Murphy Sr. I'm up under grace, and so that's why my ministry has been consistent, not because I've always done the right thing, but because I stayed up under grace.
Thank you.
And my question is more so for the younger generation.
Turn up.
You see, turn up, right. But you see a lot of young people leaving the church in this day and time, feeling like we're losing, just being relevant, or we're just bored in church, you know? And so what do you do in your ministry, I mean, in singing songs and worship, to engage or keep that younger crowd, the millennials, engaged or wanting more of God?
Well, it's a real simple principle. When the Lord first told us to start our church, I told God he had the wrong person. And I was like, I don't even know if I read the Bible all the way through. So I started trying to read the Bible all the way through in like 3 days. Right. I got to Leviticus chapter 4, and it started talking about all of these different offerings. And one of it said, kill the bull and bring it before the door of the tabernacle. And Holy Spirit kept bringing me back to kill the bull. And so that's what we started to do. All of the stuff that was added by people who couldn't read, we took all of that stuff out. The stuff that was added over the years that had us in church for 3 hours. The only place in Scripture where Jesus talks about how much time he spent in church, he was talking to his disciples. He said, could you not pray with me 1 hour? And so we took our service back to the original format of the tabernacle. Our service is 1 hour, and we got rid of the bull, and we got rid of all the rules, and so I dressed up for y'all tonight. Right. Typically, I have on some Camels, some Jordans, and a T-shirt or a jean jacket, or maybe I put on a shirt and tie with a vest, some jeans, but we just got rid of all the fluff and made it easy for people to encounter God and encounter God's presence. And so people millennials are not leaving my church. They're flocking to my church.
Praise the Lord.
They're running to our church. Last year we had 1,718 people join our church.
Wow.
So they're not leaving our church. They're running to our church because we figured out how to set our order of worship back in order. A lot of churches don't realize that what they call an order of worship is really an out of order of worship, because it's not based on the scripture. It's based on something that they got from somebody, that they saw somebody else do who couldn't read, which means it wasn't in the scripture. So that's what we're doing. That's a quick version. So
Just real quick, just before we get off that and before you have to go, I know you're pressed for time, but if you could say anything to today's millennials in that vein that you just came from, what would you say to the ones that are, I guess you would say, falling away? What would you say?
Of course, our church isn't the only church that God is using. I would just say, find God. That's, maybe easier said than done, but I grew up in church baby. Don't ask me why I remember this, but I can remember I was 4 years old, sitting on my mother's lap in church. My mother, we used to call it getting happy. My mother got happy, jumped up. I went under the pew. So I've been in church all my life. Grew up in a very, very traditional church, but based on my relationship with God, my life experience that made me go after God. I just found God in a very real way. And once you find God in a real way, it's really hard to get away from it. Once you really find God, once you really get saved, like for real, it's really hard to get away from him. So I would say to all of the millennials who are watching, find a church, even if you got to find a church online. Maybe there's not a church in your city that's doing it in a way that's relevant to you. Technology has made the gospel available in, a mega way. So there are a lot of ministries. Shameless plug, the Dream Center Church of Atlanta. Stream live every Sunday on Facebook. But there are a lot of churches that are doing cutting edge ministry. And so, the end of the day, you need God. You know you need God. And maybe the area that you're in, there's not a church that's doing it in a way that meets your need. Find one. You on your phone anyway. Get on Facebook. Get on YouTube. Find a church. Find God, and let the Lord bless your life.
There you have it, folks. This
Thank y'all.
concludes the McCook Co radio show segment with
Go
Bishop
through getting it,
William.
a different sense, living bliss. Won't you listen here? Don't tell me what I can is gonna happen if God is willing. Touch your heads and touch your hearts if you ready to book. This is the radio show of Jordan McCook. Let me say it once more before I go to the hook. This is the radio show of Jordan McCook. Yeah, ready, set, let's go.
You know we